Oh my God. Hey, do you want to know why it's such a bad idea? Why it's such a bad idea to try to sneak up and get close to a sleeping lion?
Why?
Because death is only a weem away. A weem away. A weem away.
I can't do this podcast anymore. This is my official resignation.
Also, the band that sings that song is the Tokens.
Oh. Hey, Spencer. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. And welcome to yet another installment of the 5 O'clock Reboot, where... The 5 O'clock Reboot, where we will be starting your week off right if my technology works officially this time. Yeah, there wasn't an episode posted. You want to know why? Because my thing cut out literally 13 minutes in. 13 minutes in, and it cut off. Why? I don't know. My computer hates me. Like, keep my eye on it to make sure it actually keeps recording.
Oh, yeah, no, and... Well, if I would have kept what I had... There was a point while we were recording the last episode where I was like, hey, your computer's doing something. And you were like, it's fine. Things live.
You're typing a lot there, Chief.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh. I don't know.
Drink some.
But
And we were thirsty.
So a lot of things happened last week that we didn't even get to cover. It was very important for us to cover that, right? So we covered the thing that we were supposed to cover, and then it didn't record. So that's great. But we've had a pretty eventful past 2 weeks. I am sorry that I couldn't get that episode up. My technology hates me. I fixed it. I fixed the problem, hopefully.
It happens sometimes, you know.
This has happened multiple times now.
Like I said, sometimes.
All the time.
That implies multiple.
But, hell of a past couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Past few beers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last week we drank, Warsteiner, which was not a terrible beer.
You know, I enjoyed all 10 of those that I had.
You want to talk about that?
I hope you enjoyed your 2. Because I also had a Magners to make up the 11.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that one, buddy?
Okay,
let's see it side by side. Okay. So we'll start with you.
Okay. So y'all,
just go step by step of what happened the morning after that episode.
I feel like we should start the night because they didn't see what happened beforehand.
That is true.
And I feel like there is some explanation needed because if I just come in and say, I had a couple and this happened.
I mean, you kind of did give an explanation. You said you had 11 beers.
I had 11 beers. And the reason being, we started drinking, you know, we recorded the episode and immediately after we checked to see if it recorded and Derek's didn't. So we were like, well, there went that. So we just decided to chill and talk for a while. And I was already, at the time, 6 beers in, and a friend of mine from work was like, hey, you should drink 11 beers because Tennessee beat Alabama, and 11 is, you know, Hendon Hooker's number. And I said, you're out of your mind. So anyway, on my path to these 11 beers, I said, hey, I'm sitting here talking. Let's crank out 5 more, right? Now, after I finished all 11 of my drinks, I had this thought, hey, if I don't drink any water, then I'm going to be in a bad way in the morning. And I had this 32-ounce jug of water.
Well, now you're hopping the scope a little bit because you didn't know that yet.
Okay, I didn't know that What I did know is that I had it with me. Okay, so think curtain drops on the night as far as my consciousness. I'm fucking gone. And I wake up a little cold. And I'm like, it's a localized chilliness around my lower half. And I was like, oh no, because I sleep on Derek's couch when I'm here. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I pissed his couch. I pissed his couch. So then I was like, oh my God, no. So I get up and I look down at the couch and I'm like, oh God, oh my God. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh. And at first I was going to try to clean it up without, you finding out about it. Because, like, I know a thing or two about cleaning up fish. You know what I'm saying?
Done it once or twice.
Done it a time or two. And the issue is I don't know where any of his cleaners were. So I had to go wake him up. Now, would you like to recount because from this moment on, he and I know exactly the same as what happened. I don't know any more on the situation than he does.
So I wake up to Alex saying something along the lines of, hey buddy, hey buddy, hey buddy. And I like turn over and I look at him and he's standing there in my doorway, literally looking like the kid that goes, I threw up. And he goes, I pissed on your couch. And I'm still trying to process it. I'm like, what? He's like, I pissed on your couch. I pissed your couch. And so we get up to investigate. And sure enough, he pissed on my couch. He pissed the couch.
I pissed the couch.
But then we notice something. We look over at my setup and there's a puddle underneath my chair. And my chair is soaked through with piss. And so he's spending like this entire time trying to just mop it all up. And he's like, Derek, no! Derek, I'm sorry, no! And I'm too busy just dying over the fact that he pissed my couch and pissed my chair.
I didn't just piss your chair. I pissed your whole house. Like, I pissed your whole place.
You pissed my whole house. But here's the thing, though. That will forever be a mystery because we have no idea what transpired between us talking and us waking up the next day.
Yeah,
and he pissed a lot. And so we were just like, where the fuck did it all come from? So as we're breaking everything down.
Because I remember before I went to bed, I was like, if I don't go pee right now, then I'm going to pee on his couch.
Yeah.
So I went to pee and I came back. And that's when I was like, I got to drink a little bit of water. So I remember drinking like a little bit of water. And I was like, how did I pee this much? What the fuck? And I grabbed my water bottle. And my 32-ounce water bottle is empty.
Drained.
Dry. And I was like, I think I know how I peed so much.
He felt like shit for like the whole week.
I felt like ass.
See, I don't get mad about stuff like that because it was an accident. Now, if you happen to piss all over my floor on purpose, that would have been a different story.
Well, yeah.
I would have been a little angry. But the fact that you pissed on accident was so fucking funny. Now, I will say that I did go in behind you and like deep cleaned everything and made sure everything was good. I cleaned underneath the rug and everything like that.
Nice.
I took everything to the wash. Everything's fine. Well, that's actually why this blanket is missing. We cleaned everything to make sure everything was fine. It was, I was tickled to death. Alex was killing himself over it. It was not that big of a deal. Like, yeah, you pissed, but like that was the funniest fucking thing I could possibly wake up to.
It was so fucking bad. Like, I still want to know what happened. My theory.
Our theory.
Yeah, our theory. Our theory of what happened, because we talked about this at Waffle House a little while ago. And what we think happened is that I sleptwalked. And, you know, a guy's night pee isn't usually one that's had standing up. You know? So, I think I got up and rushed where I thought was the bathroom and just sat down. Now, here's the problem. Here's why I think it was sleepwalking. Because based on how much piss was on my pants, I don't think I dropped trowel.
I don't think you dropped trowel.
I dead ass think I just like went, oh, fuck, and like went over.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that makes way more sense though. Because at your place, your bathroom
is just right there.
It's just right there. Boys and girls, I think we cracked the case.
I think we've got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. But taking this conversation, putting on the back burner, because we've been talking about this for about 15 minutes now.
Oh, fuck, we
and haven't even gotten into the drink. We did have to clear the air with that, though, because that was the funniest thing I have ever had to deal with from one of my buddies getting drunk. The funniest thing I have ever had to deal with.
I'm so sorry.
I am still tickled pink about it. But I also use it as an incentive to get, to basically get a new chair. There's nothing wrong with my chair per se, but it is old, it's weathered, and it's just kind of just crap. But
yeah,
that was
the rain.
By far the funniest thing that could have possibly happened to one of my buddies getting drunk.
Yeah, dude, I was so scared and so embarrassed. Like, dead ass, I felt so bad. I still feel bad about it, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not over here like, I pissed his house. You know, but like, looking back, with it being a week ago, it's a lot more funny.
It is. It
was to me at the time.
Because I was like, Alex pissed my bed. He pissed my couch. He pissed my chair.
He pissed my floor.
He pissed my floor.
He pissed my rug.
He pissed my house.
I literally pissed your house.
Like, I woke up, because I got everything cleaned up and I went back to bed. And then I woke up and Spencer was like walking around. I was like, yeah, so Alex pissed. He was like, okay. I was like, he pissed on the couch and my chair. And he was like, oh. And went back to playing his game.
It's so bad, dude. Because that mat that you had,
it was soaked through.
So bad.
I've got I have a purple seat cushion and backrest. So what are we drinking today, Alex?
We're drinking Paulaner Munchen. What's the two dots mean?
Munchen.
Munchen. Paulaner Salvatore Double Stock. It is a German beer. That's how we're going to end out this Oktoberfest.
That's a double bock, buddy.
Double bock?
Double bock.
What did I say?
You said double stock.
Fuck, I've been saying double stock this whole time.
It's double bock.
Double bock. I don't know what double bock means.
I don't either.
Bavarian beer.
Water, hops, yeast, and malt. For nearly 400 years.
Yeah, dude. Since 1634.
Jesus. This beer better be good, boys.
It's good to somebody.
It has to be good to somebody. It's been in business since 1634.
This shit's older than America, bro.
For real. It's a beautiful bottle, though. I like this bottle.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Dad.
Do you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure the mistake that I made wasn't recorded. Therefore, my sins are absolved. Now, for us who aren't heathens, the opening of the bottle. Yeah.
Now, I will say, did you get a whiff of this as soon as it fucking opened?
Huh. Huh.
Ooh,
Huh. That's a beer.
smells like a dark beer.
Yeah. Well, first one's free.
First one's free.
Huh.
Ooh. I understand why this has been around since 1634. I'm not getting that bitterness.
Yeah, no. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Got an irony taste.
Now that you mention that, straight up tastes like I'm sucking on pennies.
A little bit.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Certainly is not my number one pick. But, we've begun releasing the demons.
I will say the pennies don't stay around forever because that sip was very flavorful.
Yeah. So, we have to do a little bit of retailing for our last episode
And that is perfectly fine.
because some fun things happened last week that we covered that we didn't get to keep in full spectrum. So last week, or the week before last, on a Saturday, I went to the my first ever shadow showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I went there and I was dressed up as Beetlejuice because I thought it'd be funny. And they had like this whole thing, the whole venue was set up, and they were doing they're doing like a costume contest and all this other stuff, lottery ticket pullings and whatever. And so I go there, and then they ask the question, who here has never been here before? If you've never been here before, get up and line up. I say to myself, I've never been here before. I guess I'll go. And so I get up in line and like, you're all designated virgins. Today we're popping your cherries. Da, 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 da. I was like, all right, cool. So they line us all up. They're drawing V's on our forehead. And then one of the ladies is like, hey, stay behind for me. And I'm like, all right. So I go over there and I line up and they pull me up on stage with 3 other people. And they say, hey, you guys are designated virgins. Today, we're popping your cherries. And I was like, all right. They say the person that brought you here is your designated slut. Now, there's a problem with that. They're like, whoever your slut is, come on up. And I'm just vibing, kind of like looking like, ugh.
Yeah, bro, you're hitting it maidenless right now.
Yeah, I was hitting it hard maidenless. And then I was like, just chilling there, and they say, "Where's your slut?" I was like, "I came here by myself." And they looked at me with pity. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, they looked at me with pity. They're like, "You came by yourself?"
I'm like, "Oh, buddy."
"Oh, buddy." They said, "Well, we're gonna find someone for you." And I said, "All right, pick whoever you want."
I will say, since I've heard this, oh fuck, having a partner definitely makes this next part a whole lot easier on you.
Yeah. So first off, I go in there completely maidenless, and I'm just sitting there like da 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 da, and this random girl comes up and she like volunteers as tribute to be my designated slut. So she's up there and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" Making casual conversation because I had no idea what was about to transpire. And they say, "All right, now we're gonna put you all in sex positions." I said, "Huh?" She said, "Oh." And I said, So everyone else is coordinating. I'm like, just let it happen. Let it be natural. And she's like, all right, well, I'm going to fuck you first. I said, all right. So she hunches me over. And then they're like, next position. And I was like, what? So she hops over on all fours. I pull up my squirt gun and I'm just manhandling her. And then there's like one more. And I was like, something straight out of the Kama Sutra. Let's go. And I flop on my back and prop my legs up in a V formation. And I look up and I see right up Main Street. I felt really bad because I was just straight looking up Main Street. So we get up and everyone gets like a participation trophy. They get like a bag of candy and I'm like, you can have it. I don't need it. You know, being a gentleman. And so she's like, yeah, I'll take these. I have a sweet tooth. I was like, fine, whatever. And it gets down to two groups. It's me and another group. And we win. I don't win a trophy. I don't win a medal. I don't win a gift card. I win a pack of Oscar Mayer wieners. But here's the thing, though. They weren't actual hot dogs. They were gummies.
Gummy dogs.
Gummy dogs. Gummy glizzies, if you will.
Oh, the gummy glizzies. Mm.
And I was like, okay, cool. Awesome experience, by the way. If you have never gone to a shadow showing or a shadow casting, you need to do it. They were up on stage acting out the whole scene. They're like, we as the audience members have stuff that we have to do. It was tons of fun. Really cool. I will 1000% do it again. But there was a older lady who was there. She was trying to like flirt with me, and I was obviously not having it because I was not interested, nor was I searching at a shadow casting of Rocky Horror Picture Show for someone to take home with me. I was going there for the event. I didn't care about taking somebody home. So she's all upset that she lost, but this girl has been drinking before she got there.
Mm.
So she kept getting more drunk as time went on. And so she like comes up to me. She's like, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I'm like, yep, that's me for the 15th time tonight. And she's like, I should have won that. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's what the people wanted, you know? And she's like, I've got my eye on you. And I was like, please don't.
Take your eye off of me,
please. Take your eyes off of me, please. Thank you.
She's literally over here just fucking... What? Blur that out. Blur that shit out.
Is that the Gawk of 87?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, here's why I say, like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's a good thing they found you a partner. Because could you imagine having to find like 3 or 4 or 5 masturbation positions?
I could do it.
I could too. Like I was already like that right there.
Immediately. I should have been like,
I'd whip it out for extra points.
I should have told him, I'd be like, no, I've got this.
I've got this. And like, they're like, all right, first position, number 1, hand propped up on the wall, foot or feet crossed, looking back, like back bend, right?
Oh yeah.
Next
The Exorcist.
Yes, The Exorcist. Next position, what you do, you hunker down, you know, hit
spread eagle,
hit the V like you did before, and you bend over as far as you can, and you just start doing this. And then after that, right, what you do, they're like, next position. Then you cross your feet, you bring one of your feet over, and you just start using your foot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, bro.
That would have won for sure.
I would have won. I would win single-handed.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. I don't get a participation trophy for... I don't get a participation trophy for that shit at home. I get walked in on for that shit at home. That's what happened. That's what I get for doing that shit at home.
You're just going full Apple and you're just like, I can explain.
I can explain. I was thinking about you. You know. I don't want you to look at the ABV on this beer.
I already did.
I was just going to challenge you to drink 3 of them.
I'm gonna do my best to drink these. These do not taste the greatest for me, but I've been lacking. I've been lacking in the beer community. I've been giving myself a great dishonor.
You have been you've been trying your best.
That's a lot because I'm not a beer guy. I'm a liquor guy. I'm a liquor guy through and through. I love liquor.
Right, this dead ass. This was my month.
Yeah, this was your month.
This was me all the way. And I was even going to get one. Like, I had contemplated getting one that I knew that I wasn't going to like that much, but would have got us fucked. But I didn't. That will happen another day.
A natty daddy.
No.
It stares at me.
It's stronger than a natty daddy.
A beer that's stronger than that?
You ever had any IPAs, bro?
I don't like IPAs.
I don't either. But I'll tell you what.
Torture us like that.
If you drink 2 tall boys, you won't care what they taste like anymore if you're trying. TikTok's telling me something.
Is it?
I think.
What are your secrets, TikTok?
TikTok. What are you trying
TikTok
to
tells
tell
your
me?
secrets. But
Your talk won't last.
your talk won't last. So some other things have been happening this week as well, which are pretty huge. In not so great big fashion news, I finished the anime Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Phenomenal anime. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Not sponsored, wanna be, but isn't. Literally the day after I bought the cosplay for David, the main character.
Oh, yeah?
Literally the day after. Like, I'm going to actually get really in depth with it. I'm also looking at neon lining that I'm going to get, that I'm actually going to put in the collar because everything lights up. So I'm going to get that to light up, and it's going to look amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's going to be so nice.
But in things that happened this week, our good buddy Hound, has officially turned 21.
Woo! Cheers to Hound.
So I was very excited to have the honor of being involved with his 21st birthday and getting to hang out with him while he drank and get him introduced to the world of alcohol. Granted, he's not, a stranger to it, but his first legal drink, which is a huge milestone.
100%.
Because, drinking beforehand, it just feels special because it's illegal.
Yeah, you're like, oh God, I hope nobody
catches me catching a sip.
I hope nobody sees me.
But getting your first legal drink is huge. And I bought most of his drinks for him, but then we went to his job and he got drinks from them for free. And it was awesome. I got to meet his partners and they were cool. But we went to Knoxville and we just made a day of it. It was awesome. And there was something about seeing the side of him that is there, that it's drunk, helped me have a new respect for him. I don't get too far into it because it is his personal life, but there was someone important that he wanted to be with him that couldn't. But he was drinking and he just had this whole unloading moment, and I couldn't help but feel for him because this was a big day, and I love the guy to death, and I would fight anybody for him. And he just unloaded all of his burdens at once, and it was awesome because I got to be there for him. I got to be there for him in his time of need. And there's nothing more special than being able to be that beacon of help, the light of someone's night for that one time, especially for someone's 21st birthday. And then he got hammered drunk and we had to guide him back home. But that's neither here nor there.
Well,
he got a bucket.
Got a bucket?
They gave him a puke bucket.
That is so kind of them.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
They were like, you can take this home. So he's just awkwardly hobbling around with this bucket in his hand. He's like holding it 1 minute, then he's holding it by the handle, swinging it around the next. A leaf falls from one of the trees and hits him, and he strikes the tree with a bucket. I was like, yeah, you show him.
Was the bucket full?
No.
Oh.
No, it was an empty bucket. He didn't throw up, thankfully.
Stout somebody.
He had a lot of drinks for his first time. He had...
Dude.
So we went to some Alice in Wonderland bar. He got the glitter cat. Then he had a shot of Fireball. We couldn't do a Four Horsemen, unfortunately.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank your lucky stars.
He should have.
Thank your lucky
He still
stars.
owes me a Four Horsemen.
I think I owe you a Four Horsemen.
I'm pretty sure you still owe me a Four Horsemen.
Oh,
It's good stuff.
The back of my throat is like it
Yeah.
feels it.
Yeah. He had a lemon drop, a car bomb, a green tea shot.
It's a green tea shot.
I have no idea.
That sounds so good. I love green tea.
What else did he have? I'm a little groggy myself because I had a few drinks myself. I can't really remember what else he had from that point, but it was just an awesome experience all around, and I would not trade that for the world, because that for me, getting to be there for someone's milestone, especially whenever it's something as trivial as finally having your first legal drink, right? For some people, it's not that big of a deal, but for me, that's huge. That means you made it 21 years of your life, and you're still alive. You've still survived to this day. Granted, you may have done some stupid things, but, that happens. That happens. You do stupid stuff. But 21st birthdays, just birthdays in general, because as a lot of people know, I do not celebrate my birthday, like, at all. I don't have a reason to. Oh, hey, is that Hound? Hound? Is Hound at the TikTok?
I believe.
I can see that it's got a little invitation there. Hound, I was actually just telling a story about you. I was actually talking about your 21st.
Happy birthday. Happy late birthday, by the way.
My
My next beer will go out to you.
The next beer. I need to catch up. You tell a story.
So, based on what I just gathered, I was looking up what double bock means, and it says Doppel, meaning double. This style is a bigger and stronger version of the lower gravity German style Bock beers. Originally made by monks in Munich, the Doppelbock beer style is a very food friendly and rich in melanoidins, reminiscent of toasted bread. Now,
Like butterbrot?
fuck, I guess. I don't know. I don't know German.
No, butterbrot is
Oh, it's a broad, isn't it?
it's a bread beer.
Oh, now that sounds nice. See, because like I've had some beer that like kind of tastes like bread, and I'm kind of a fan. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, where the fuck was I? Oh yes. Oh, speaking of German, I just hit my 21-day stretch of learning Japanese on Duolingo.
I need to get into that. I'm a lazy motherfucker.
Well, I'm wanting to learn Japanese because I'm wanting to go to Japan,
Same.
like in the next couple of years.
Yes. I wouldn't even say in the next couple of years. If I can get a good job, it wouldn't even be in the next couple of years. It'd be in the next year or two.
That's what I mean.
You only for you alone, you need $5,000 to go and vacation in Japan comfortably.
Now, $5,000.
Mhm.
That is a goal that can be saved for
Yes. Now, but here's the thing. That's to stay in one place. I want to go
all over.
I want to take a week off from work
That's what I'm saying.
and just go, and I want to go to Okinawa. I want to go literally everywhere in Japan and see all there is to see. And I want to be a frequent flyer back to Japan. I want to go back to Japan for summer festivals, winter festivals, the Cherry Blossom Festival. I basically want to live in Japan because there's so much there to see that's so much more that I get here.
Like, the reason I want to go is because I want to see what life is like outside of here, right? Because like I've been a couple different places in the States, right? Not many, and they weren't like trips where you could kind of go and do whatever. Like my trips out of states, other than like Florida, I went to Florida once with my fiance and a couple friends, and that was a blast, right? But like anytime I went like on up into Kentucky or Virginia, I went over to North Carolina a couple times while she was in college and stuff, and she and I would go to different little places. Like we took a back road like through these little towns. You know what I mean? That was really fun. But like I'm really wanting to see what life and culture is like outside of the States. Just so I can get an idea. You know, it was like how other people like live, like on the daily.
Yeah,
and that would be so fun. You know what else I want to do? Dead ass. I don't know how hardcore like outgoing some people are, because I feel like a lot of people aren't really as outgoing as people we are. But I think it would be cool to like go somewhere and like make a friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like make
like,
a
wife.
You do you, boo boo. But like think about it. Like having someone elsewhere. Like I still have some friends that I met when I was in high school working at a restaurant in town, like that live in Mongolia, and I still text them. Granted, there's a good amount of times that I text them after we record this show. You know what I mean? Because I'll be like shit faced, and I'll be like, I wonder how they're doing, and like I'll text them and be like, hey, I'm fucked up, and they're like, we figured. Like, yeah, how you doing? You know, and like, it's so cool. You know what I mean? Because these are people who are on the other side of the world right now.
Yes.
One of my friends is a flight attendant. Like, she's super fucking cool. There's another guy, I can't remember what he does. Shit. But he is hardcore in shape. Like, I remember, like, I see on his Instagram all the time. Like, dude's cut. Like, he looks like a fucking Michelangelo statue.
Ooh.
Like, dead ass.
Well, now here's my question. How's your gym time been doing?
It's actually been going pretty good.
That's good.
It didn't go that good this past week.
I won't lie. I kind of neglected going for a minute.
Yeah, this past week was kind of that moment for me. But I'm actually getting back in it tomorrow in the AM. And
what time in the AM?
Like 11:30. Yeah.
You want to go work out?
Well, I'm hitting 24/7 with Joseph.
Well, I mean, you can bring him with me. We could do the same workouts.
That's an idea. Now, how much is it to get into your gym?
$7 per guest.
$7 a guest.
Mm-hmm.
We will need to discuss this here in a little while.
Yes.
But he and I were actually talking about switching, because I think we may do one more week of like hardcore lifting, because that's all we've been doing is like hard lifting.
Well, so my trainer is an app that I pay $8.99 a month for. So today is Tuesday. So it's lateral, upper back, bicep, rear delt. So with this focuses on each individual muscle group. So that is all the lateral, the upper back, the bicep, and the rear delt. Now I can tell you this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 workouts. And then I'm done. These are sets of 3 of each set. One of them's like a 2 set, but I still do 3 on those anyway. Reps of 10 to 8.
3 sets of 8 to 10. 7 exercises?
And 7 whole exercises. I finished this out by myself within an hour or 2.
Yeah, that's usually like, we usually do like 6 or 7 things. And have you tried that ab workout that I was telling you about? Give it a shot, dude. Just do it like every other day.
I didn't remember it.
Huh?
I didn't remember it.
Okay, so every other time you work out, pick five ab exercises. 5. And then you set you start your stopwatch. Keep an eye on that time. And you do an exercise per minute. As many as you can crank out. Like, pace yourself good, because you're going to have to make it for that for 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, it was different for us, like, every time. Like, we would do like crunches, leg raises, penguins, supermans, and plank. Or I did triangles, which is kind of like...
So planks actually don't do good for ab workouts.
Really?
Yes. Because that is not actually focusing on your abs. It's focusing on your back as well.
Well,
found that out. Yeah.
That's good to know. It's still a bitch to keep for a minute straight, though.
Yeah. Ladies who think that 2 minutes isn't very long, go ahead.
Ladies
plank
who think that 2 inches isn't very long.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. That's a little too far out there. This is 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. Boys, girls, non-binary boys and girls, pals. Remember that. I'm not self-conscious.
Now that I'm unmuted, yeah.
I'm not self-conscious. How long were you muted for?
Just for that, yeah. I had to fix my thing because I need to get a new one. Or I need to fix this one either way.
But yeah, if you want to come and twerk out with me, buddy, I got you. And you will know that you did it right with me. Because your shit is gonna hurt.
Dude, my shit hurts anyway.
But I'll tell you right now, that's what I love about doing my workouts is my workouts have actually given me the results that you saw. And I don't do cardio.
We hadn't been doing cardio either.
I don't do cardio. I just do those workouts. I lose fat. I eat like shit. That's the thing. I'm eating like shit. I'm eating Waffle House. I'm eating fast food. I'm eating garbage food. And I'm still getting to where I'm getting.
I think if I were to do my exercises just a little bit different whenever I do them, then I would see more.
You got to do it with me.
I got to do it slow.
You got to do it with me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why I gained progress a little faster than you did is because I've been doing those workouts. They teach you what muscles get targeted. Your job is to feel that muscle getting activated from whatever you're doing. You know your body better than everyone else. So you doing this workout, if it's focusing on a certain muscle group, because I didn't know this, but like your pectorals have like 3 different muscle groups that get operated, right?
Now that would make sense as to why when I was working out my chest that I would do like 3 or 4 different presses.
Yeah. So like it was upper chest a few days ago. And so my upper chest was killing me because that's the muscle group that I activated. Now, everything else that you have, it's great. But let me get you into the gym with me sometime, buddy. Let me teach you the ways. And I'm sure that once you realize how that goes, you're not gonna want to stop going with me.
Dude, I don't doubt it. But just keep in mind, my schedule is about to change, like next week.
Yeah.
Like, the time that I'll have to go, like, would be like 6 a.m. And I would have to cut it to like an hour.
Okay. You see me flinching, boy?
I don't see you flinching.
I tried. Because I'm also trying to get a new job as well. So if I can get a job where I can kind of sync our times up like a period, I think it'd go pretty well.
Yeah. I'll have to talk it over.
This is so difficult to drink.
I'll have to talk it over with Joe. Because, like, you know, he and I, like, we were going together, like, we've been going together for, like, the past month and stuff. And I, like if I don't want to just, like, leave him out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Well, I mean, if we can get morning jobs, right? Because your schedule's going to change, like you said. So I'm assuming you're going to be getting off at like
6.
So if we can get those same times off, could start a little gym group, buddy.
Dude, but that's theoretical, because I was talking to my my boss today, and they were saying, hey, that thing that you're about to go do, I don't think you're going to have the people like you were thinking you were going to have. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like it may be like whenever it was a shit job. Like, are you kidding me? If that's the way it is, then I'll be working all day, every day.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be bad. Like, open to close every day.
No gym for you. Even then, you'd be tired as shit if you did.
What if I pushed it?
I mean, you could push it, but you could. There comes a time that if you don't get the proper amount of rest and try to go work out,
That it does harm your body.
yeah. I need to try to catch up here because I only have a little bit left. Come on, Derek. Come on, boy.
Oh, I thought you were about to fucking finish her.
No.
You got it. You got like one more big gulp.
No, you will die.
My baby boy. You'll be feeling it in a minute. Just to get you a couple more in you.
Beer does not get easier to drink.
To make up for earlier.
That has been lost. Lost to the realms.
Why does my hand smell like pee?
Anyway.
Oh my. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, I had a very interesting thing happen the other day at work.
What was that?
So, not to reveal anything about my job, but I was doing my thing, and I ran into these kids, right? You know, and these kids are like, hey, can I get a picture? And I was like, hell yeah. You know, so I went over, took a picture. And this one kid was like, you got the za? I was like,
The za?
yeah. Number one, my first instinct was like pizza. And I was like, no. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do my ultimate play. He's activated my trap card, which is where I play dumb, you know? And I was like, no, what is the za? The guy's like, the kid's like, you know, za. Like, za. What is the za? He said, you know. And I said, no, I don't know.
No, I do not know what the za is.
And I said, like ZA? He was like, yeah, man, like Zaza. And I said, there's two of them? He was like,
who is this Zaza? He grabbed them by their face and lift them up. Who is this Zaza?
You know, and the kids around, he's like, you tell him. He was like, you know, it's like the za. And I was like, what is the za? You know, and I was just going around, and they have a friend that's like coming over to join them, and the kid gets a call, and he's like, oh, it's so-and-so. And he's like, yeah, we're over here. And I said, what is this person's name? And they're like, they tell me the name, and I start just screaming the name, right? And I'm like, you, come here. And they get over, and they were like, they'll tell you what the za is. And I said, I got really close to him, like right up in their face, and I said, what is?
What is
the za? The person's like, the za? And I said, yes, the za. And they said, pizza. And I said, I knew it, because I was already like pizza? And he was like, no. And I was like, I told you it was pizza. The kid's like, no, Zaza. And this girl's like, marijuana. And I was like, oh. I was like, I shouldn't be having this conversation. None of that grows here.
I'm pretty sure Zaza is Xanax.
Probably fucking is.
But za is pizza.
Yeah, the za is pizza.
That's what I've always known it as. So I was like, what metaphor are the fellow kids coming up with nowadays? The za.
I'm gonna look up what is Zaza.
I'm pretty sure it's short for Xanax.
What is Zaza? Zaza Tia, or also known as Tiana, is a drug called tianeptine. Tianeptine is a drug that has continued to gain popularity across the United States. Zaza is a synthetic drug that works like an opioid and is federally legal.
Huh.
Well, we've learned something.
Well, kids, don't do Zaza.
Okay, these kids were stupid.
Very off the mark. Those kids could not have missed the mark any more than they already did.
Oh, there is a marijuana strain called Zaza.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It's a hybrid made from Blue Dream and Rare Dankness #1. What the fuck are these things?
I don't understand that shit.
Dude,
how do you make different strains of marijuana?
Like, apparently there's a lot. Let me look it up.
The list is probably too big. Wilson, no. You're opening in a universe that you shouldn't be opening right now. Dear God. Oh.
How many strains of marijuana are there? Experts suggest that there are over 700 strains of cannabis.
How?
Different THC contents, I guess?
What kind of lab rat shit are you guys doing over there?
All right. So, do you want me to tell you some of the top 50 strains?
Go for it.
Kush. Acapulco Gold. Sour Diesel. Purple Haze. Haze. Super Lemon Haze. About to get put on some sort of list. Northern Lights. Maui Wowie. I thought that was a Mountain Dew flavor.
I think it's just Maui.
Oh, that's right. Jack Herer. Super Silver Haze. What is the best strain ever? Durban Poison. G13. What the fuck is this shit?
This is a realm that even I do not know of.
Dude, this is wild.
It's a terrifying world we live in,
It
buddy.
is very terrifying.
You know, I'm a simple man, okay?
I drink.
If the marijuana is a marijuana, it's a marijuana. I don't need 7,000 different strains to try to pick through, like a phone book trying to find out what I want today.
Which, to be fair, it'd be like saying a beer is a beer is a beer is a beer.
But to be fair, most of the time, a beer is a beer is a beer is a beer.
Is a vodka a vodka a vodka?
Technically, yes.
I mean, obviously, yes.
Unless it's flavored.
But marijuana flavored?
I guess.
It may be. Gets to show how wild we get here on the 5 o'clock. We're over here. Is marijuana flavored?
Is marijuana a flavor? Do you taste the marijuana? Dude, that's crazy, dude. Is it marijuana, guana? I do have some other events that I'm going to be going to later on. Ooh. You okay? I do have an actual music festival that I'm going to. Yes. So I'm actually going to I'm going up to Michigan to see Sullivan King in concert. Now, some of you guys more than likely already know who Sullivan King is. I won't lie to you, though. I don't really know who that guy is. I've heard he makes good music. It'll be my first ever, like, EDM, hard rock kind of concert where shit's gonna get swifty. Never been to a concert like that before in my life. Never really been to a real concert before in my life. I've been to see, like, Aurelia Voltaire. Yeah. Which is still cool. Don't get me wrong. But that one isn't that, like, huge of a deal, technically speaking. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love Aurelia Voltaire. One of my favorite childhood
Yeah, what was that show that you told me that he did the music for? Was it Grand?
The Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy.
Yes, I remembered.
Yes. So
things are remembered on this podcast.
Things are remembered and then often forgotten, like how someone peed.
I was about to say, like, how I pissed your house.
But I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to taking a few days off to go do that. And I'm going to a convention, which you should be going to.
Which convention?
YamaCon.
I want to go to that so fucking bad.
You need to.
Dude, if how they were telling me the next couple months of my life are going to be, if that's the way it's going to be, I don't think I'll be able to do shit.
You'll just request those days off and be like, look, I need some me time. I did it.
Well,
to be fair, though, I did tell them I am not signing a contract until I get these days.
Yeah, I kind of pulled that card last year. And last year I was like, I won't ask for shit after she's graduated.
Well,
I fucked up.
Ask for shit.
Well, so what it was last year, because
is Jeremiah gonna go
be with me
to the convention in general? I haven't asked him yet.
He totally should, because he and I talked about anime.
He totally should. Jeremiah.
Dude,
Jeremiah.
Dead ass.
Jeremiah.
I've only been sending him Instagram fucking reels.
Jeremiah.
For those of you who don't know, Jeremiah is a very dear friend. He came on the scene last year in the Christmas time. One of the sweetest people on this planet. So pure. Like, genuinely has a heart of gold and a voice of a bird. No, the voice of an angel. I said it.
With the voice of an angel.
Dude, one day before we got started, he was like, do you mind if I sing in here? Because there was a room where the acoustics are really great where I was. And I was like, yeah, dude, do whatever you want.
Go for it.
And I heard him. Like, I went to leave the room and he started singing and I heard him behind me and I said, wait a minute, why are you here? I was like, why are you not singing right now? And lo and behold, now he's singing.
Hey, yo.
I love that kid.
I just sent him a message, be like, so Jeremiah, are you going to YamaCon? Since it's already yes, are you going to be cosplaying?
Who do you think I could cosplay as and pull it off? Because I've never thought about it.
Good question. I mean, technically, you can cosplay as whoever you want.
And that's true, but there's some people that a person could pull off really well. Like Alucard. You pulled off Alucard like nobody's fucking business.
Thank you.
And the Colonel. You did really good with the Colonel.
I was very proud of the Colonel.
You should be.
I thought about bringing him back out, but he's not as relevant anymore.
Well, dude, now that you've got the guns that you've got, Colonel from the wrestling match,
wearing nothing but the bow tie.
Absolutely.
Could you cosplay as?
Because way back in the day, I was like, I could be Naruto.
You could.
I could
be Naruto.
I mean, I could, but I feel like a lot of people would do that.
Surprisingly, well, I guess not as surprising. Most people don't actually do that nowadays. They follow the trend of what's going on. I fully suspect I'm gonna see 5 other Davids at YamaCon.
You probably will, especially since it's kind of new.
But none of their shit's gonna light up.
Oh my god.
Get fucked.
Dude, I saw this guy on Instagram the other day. Alright, so the dude had cancer in his eye, right? And lost his eye.
Oh yeah, so he switched out for a flashlight.
Yeah, no, he makes titanium eyes. He made that eye. And programs it and shit. And they were like, does it get hot? And he said no. He's like, no. He's like, safety first over everything. The flashlight has I think 20 some odd hours straight of flashlight. And it doesn't get hot.
Kind of want to lose my eye.
No.
Kind of want to lose my eye.
Stop it.
But Alex, replaceable eye flashlights.
Derek, that would be like me finding out that someone put an elephant trunk on an amputated penis and me being like, well, I think I should just cut my dick off.
Really? Because that's an elephant. But what does it functionally do?
Probably whatever an elephant's thing does. You could probably stick your dick in a tub full of water and wash your face with it.
Yeah, but that'd be weird.
A really cool party trick. I would do it, like right here.
But see, here's the thing, though. Practically, I would do it. There's a practical use to it. Do you ever have those moments wherever you can't quite point your flashlight where you're looking? Your eyes can see where you're looking, but you can't point a flashlight at it.
Do you know
now
how you would lose when losing an eye?
I mean, depth perception, but
the ability to drive.
Nah.
I don't think you're supposed to be driving with one eye.
I mean, technically speaking, wasn't supposed to be driving without these, but I've been driving for 2 years.
I mean, that's true.
Jesus. I haven't even started.
I'm sorry. It gets better the more you drink it. Once you get the little buzz going, the taste doesn't matter as much. It's all about the endorphins in your brain.
Yeah. Yes.
But I think it's practical.
Don't give up an eye.
This house is a fucking nightmare.
Because I pissed all over it. I'm sorry.
That needs to be a t-shirt. I don't give a fuck. I pissed Derek's house and all he's got was this lousy t-shirt.
Hold on. Buddy. ... Buddy. I made a mess. That's what I said to you. I said, Derek. And you were laying over like on your side.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like pushed your back a little bit. I was like, Derek. And you're like, I said, I made a mess.
I remember that because I was like, made a mess.
You're like, made a mess? What did you do? I said, come with me. I may have peed in your house a little.
He made it so cryptic. He just was like, I made a mess. It's like, what?
Well, you see, because then your mind automatically goes to the worst place. So then you're pleasantly surprised when you find out that I just pissed everywhere.
I honestly thought you just threw up.
If I had to throw... Here's the thing about throwing up, right? Your brain does a wild thing. Unless you're, like, in a bad way. I've been this way before. But unless you're in, like, a bad way. When you're about to throw up, your brain will kick your body into gear and kick your ass towards the toilet or something you can throw up in. No matter what condition you're in. Right? Now, I will say that I have been so drunk in the past that I don't remember throwing up a lot. I remember throwing up a little, but apparently, to hear my buddies tell it, okay, so it was my first time drinking, right? We talked about this on the pod, but like I was hunkered over the toilet, like, and I was telling them, like, I was like, guys, I'm not okay, you know, and
You guys, I'm not okay.
like, call the ambulance, and they did not call the ambulance, thank God, because we would have been in trouble. But apparently I was like laid over, like on my side, like on my back. They kicked me to my side. That way, like if I threw up in my sleep, I wouldn't drown myself.
Yeah.
Do you know how dark of a thought that is? I used to have thoughts of like that about my dad, right? Because my dad, whenever he used to wake up in the middle of the night, and it would wake me up because whenever I would stay with him, I would stay with him like every other weekend. I would sleep on the couch. My brother would sleep in the bed, and my dad had this like old little hospital bed that his dad had like in the living room, and it was really cool because it would like raise up, and, like it would raise your legs up and shit. It was really cool. But he would sleep on that bed, but he would wake up at like midnight, maybe 1 a.m., and he would go and sit at his table in his little apartment and smoke a cigarette, right? Now, my thought wasn't, oh, he's going to burn the place down, you know, because the apartment had tile and stuff, and he already had burns in his shirts and stuff. So I was like, he's going to be fine if he drops a cigarette. What I was afraid of, because he would go over there, light a cigarette, take a couple puffs, and pass out, sitting up. I was afraid that he would fall and hit his head so hard on the tile that it would break his nose and knock him out, and that he would drown in his sleep. That's what I was afraid of. So whenever he would get up, I would get up and go sit with him, and he would be like, and he used to talk in his sleep. It was the funniest shit that I've ever heard. But like, he would be sitting there fucking smoking his cigarette fucking ashed. Like I would raise up the ashtray and tip it and shit and put it back on the table. And he'd start looking around. I'd say, "What you looking for, Dad?" And he'd say, "Where did I park?" Like shit like that. And I'd say, Dad, you're asleep." And he'd be like, "Oh." And I'd get his cigarette and put it in the ashtray and like help him back to bed and shit. I was 12.
You know, I always forget that sometimes. So I get along with people in different ways.
Yeah.
So, my buddy Christian, we get along so well because we kind of share, not to get dark, but we share the same kind of like tragic backstory. We've got scars from various things that we've done, and similar stories to things that we've done. And we get along really well because of that. And I always forget that Alex Wilson has a bit of a dark past himself.
It's not that dark. I mean,
it's not like, edgy emo kid, my life sucks, but it's still a bit of an edgy past.
Like it has its moments. I will admit, I'm not going to come out here and be like, I had it so rough and I'll never be anything because of what happened. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no.
But I worried about a lot of shit that a kid shouldn't have to worry about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was mentally prepared as like a 7-year-old child that if my dad broke into my mom's house, that I would have to get a gun and shoot and kill my father.
Yeah.
Like I had thought about that so much.
And you were ready.
I was ready if that happened. I was ready.
Where is he? I never heard you talk about him.
My dad?
Yeah.
He's in heaven, I think. He died when I was 16.
Oh.
And based on my beliefs, he is in heaven. I'm not gonna like spill my guts and everything right here because that ain't what this podcast is for. But when my dad was a young man, which my dad came from kind of a fuck situation. Like, he came from a whole household, but his dad was really being to his wife. So Paul wasn't really good to Ma. My mom always told me whenever I was growing up, she was like, if I was Vera, I would have killed Howard. I would have killed him in his sleep. I was like, you do it, Mom. My mom, nobody fucks with my mom. Nobody fucks with my mom. She will get you. She's 4 feet of fury, I'm telling you.
My mom has turned into a mama bear. But then again, I feel like sometimes she just puffs up. I've never seen her get violent with anybody. But she comes from a checkered past too, with her past relationships. She's been through the ringer once or twice. And my dad is no exception to that. The fact that I turned out as okay as I have with whose DNA I share is beyond me.
Yeah, like, same here, bro. After this podcast, I'll tell you if you're still down to listen.
I'm always down to listen.
I'll tell you my whole story.
The story of Alex Wilson.
Now, y'all, this is where we start your week off right. We don't want to start your week off with fucking hardships and all that. You know what I mean? I will say I did get to pull one of my favorite jokes because I have a hardcore sense of humor, and I will joke about situations that should not be joked with.
But they're my situation, so fuck you.
They're my situation, so fuck you. Exactly. I was working with somebody in this past contract, and me and this person, how like sometimes you can be like mean to the person that you're really friend to. Like, it's not being mean, it's all in good heart.
Yeah, it's like, just banter.
It's all banter. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, fuck you. It's like, fuck you too. What are you doing for lunch? Because I want to go with you. You know what I mean? And they're like, I'm doing this, and I'm like, you have shit taste, but you know what? I will grace you with my presence. That kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This person, they would always pull out. They'd be like, your mom. I'm like, ah. And then like we were eating one time, and I said something. I was like, oh, what you watching? They were like, your dad. And I said, really? I said, if I ever showed you a picture of my dad? They said, no. I said, hold on, let me pull one up. And I pulled up this really like cute, animated, like very cartoony picture of a skeleton like leaning up on something. And I said, here's my dad. They went.
Just by that, I know exactly who you're talking about.
You don't know this person.
Do I not?
They just started.
Oh.
But you would get along with them very well.
Nice.
They are a very good somebody. They're going to be with me over the next couple months. And based on what I was hearing today, I've been telling them so many things, being like, it's not that bad. This really has to tell you about how a job is if the person who's like in charge of the operation says, okay, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But it does have its moments. And we will all learn of the moments this next time. I used to tell Madison, her all the time, I was like, if you ever hear me talking about going back to this job, smack me in the face. Literally beat me. Kill me if you have to. Don't let me do it. But then, like, partway through it last year, I was like, I'm really kind of sad that this is about to end. You know what I mean? Because, like,
that's how it was. So, doing the same job that you did during the summer was the most that I have suffered in a hot minute of
job
my life.
Job
that we did during the summer.
Well, you had reasons.
Well, no, like it was so it was up on top of the mountain where you guys are now for summer. We called that the frying pan for a reason. I was suffering. I had early set stages of heat stroke.
Oh my God.
And because see, we had precautions in place to keep us from overheating. But I said, fuck those things. Because they were worse than dealing with the heat. Immeasurably worse than dealing with the heat. And I also got headbutt in the balls. Full on, like, headbutt in the balls. By a child.
Yeah, that happens sometimes in that line of work. I'm just pulling up Morse code.
Oh, is it happening again?
Sorry. Everyone, in the last episode, which y'all didn't get to hear, we started hearing clicking behind us. And just in case it's Morse code, I'm getting ready this time because I didn't have it pulled up last time. It was short. Short, long, short. L.
Lavish. I'm pretty sure it's literally just mice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It dead ass probably is mice. Dude, did you know that rats could get fucking mice?
Yeah.
So, I remember whenever I was in grade school.
I am done with that. I cannot drink that.
I'm very sorry. I will probably have a couple more. But don't worry. I'm going to pee multiple times before I go to bed.
I'm going to wake up, buddy.
Derek, if you wake up one more fucking time, And if I have to wake you up in the morning, do you have cleaning supplies, by the way?
Something like that, yeah. I do now, kind of, sort of.
Tomorrow? Okay. No. Tomorrow. If I make the same mistake that I made last time. I remember it like it was yesterday. But if
he snuck into my house and pissed on my couch again.
If I pee anywhere but your toilet one more time,
it's a dramatic pause.
I'm not going to wake you up. I'm going to go get some vinegar, get some bleach, get some baking soda. The vinegar and the baking soda and water. Don't put the vinegar and the baking soda like together right away because it'll fizz up. You got to dissolve that shit, you know what I'm saying, to such low things. I will have this whole place fucking spotless. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, did Mr. Clean show up to my house? Because I will scrub your place that good.
Mr. Clean, did Mr. Clean come in my house?
You're going to wake up and you're going to see me in a fucking maid's outfit.
Cat ears and all.
Yeah, like
your balls are looking mighty heavy. I'll hold them.
Yeah, your balls are looking heavy there, Derry. And like, oh God, I've been watching way too much JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Dead ass. That is the anime that I'm watching right now because like our friend Makani recommended it to me. Right?
Yeah.
And I started it and then I didn't watch that much of it. And then I was like, I got to go back to it. Right? Because I finished Dragon Ball Z all the way. Which, by the way, the ending, do you remember the ending to Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, that kid, the reincarnation of Boo.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, you see the tournament and Goku's like, hey, I'm back to being alive and I have my family. And he's like, fuck my family. I'm going to go train this kid.
I'm going to go train this kid. And
he's like, and you and I are going to fight.
To the death.
He didn't say that exactly.
But it was implied.
Probably was implied.
It's always implied with Goku. So, like, I'm not going to let you destroy my world.
You know, whenever I was watching that shit, and Goku went Super Saiyan 3, right? Which, number one, I was like, okay.
He's going places.
They're getting a little lazy with their, like, power-ups. Like, they wanted to keep this going, but they couldn't think of anything else to call it yet.
Yeah, I've had my gripes about Dragon Ball. So, like, I did stop watching it because with Dragon Ball, so something kind of big about that happened. Think of it, like, call it what you want, but I call it plot armor to the max. There's some heavy-duty plot armor that comes with Dragon Ball Z. Think of it this way, right? Whenever they first started fighting, like, Raditz and stuff, in the very beginning, think about if Frieza showed up before Raditz. They would have already lost. They would have been dead. If Cell showed up before Frieza did, they would have been dead.
Yeah, like if the people didn't show up in the order in which they're showing up, which the argument could be made that like they could have just powered up to that, but no, that was the leaps and jumps that they had to make to those points.
They didn't have quick access to the Dragon Balls, and even then, Frieza could have killed everybody, blew up Earth, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
So I have my gripes about all of it because it's plot armor. It is 100% just what plot armor is that he becomes just powerful enough to beat the bad guy until the next baddie comes.
Well, but you got to think in the Boo saga, whenever Goku went Super Saiyan 3 and fought the original Boo, the Big Boo, Majin Buu. He admitted himself he could have beat Majin Buu at Super Saiyan 3. No, that's not what he said. What Goku did was he was like he admitted whenever he was up in the Kaioshin realm, Kaioshin realm, he was like, I could have beat Buu at Super Saiyan 3. He said, but, because Goku was already dead, he was like, but the people of Earth need to be the ones to defend Earth. And then whenever Goku came back to life and whenever he thought Gohan was dead, well, no, because Gohan was up there and alive. Whenever Gohan got absorbed, he was like, hey, no, it was Gotenks. When Gotenks got absorbed, he was like, hey, no, Gohan got absorbed first, and then he went down. Like, immediately. Yeah. Even though it has plot armor to the max, it is still one of the most entertaining anime.
It is still entertaining.
Well, not one of the most, but it is very entertaining.
But that's why I stopped watching. It was just because the plot armor. The plot armor just annoyed the hell out of me. Because like even with things like Naruto, it was the same kind of deal. Like he always had the trump card.
Yeah, I mean he had the Demon Fox. Had the show been about Rock Lee, or had the show been about Shikamaru,
it would have been interesting.
If the show would have been about Shikamaru, I would be geeking over that right now. I would be rewatching that right now.
Oh, for sure.
Like Joseph is watching Naruto right now. Well, I think he's about to finish it. He finished the Ninja War, which I haven't got up to the wedding. I'm in the fillers, like the fucking backstories on all the characters.
Get ready to fucking cry.
I'm not watching Boruto.
I'm gonna watch it eventually. I cannot disagree with watching it enough because it's just dumb. It's not what I want to watch. But
anime has this way of doing something to me, and I hate it. You'll finish a series
and it leaves a hole
that's focused on the main character, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll have a spinoff or another generation, right?
Mm.
And they're like, hey, you know that main character?
He's nerfed.
It's not even nerfed. They're not as good of a person as I thought. Like, one of the arcs in an anime that I've been watching is based around, like, the main character is the product of an affair of one of the main characters in the past. An affair. And they're like, yeah, he met up with this lady whenever he was kind of old, but like, you know, he was still shooting some good shit. And this is apparently his child. And they were like, and he had the nerve to tell his wife that he loved nobody but her. They said that in the show. And I'm like, you're not talking about this motherfucker right now. You're not talking about that guy.
You take their name out your fucking mouth.
This guy has the right to fuck every single person on this earth. You know what I'm saying? But it's still like the thing. He's like, it's the fact that they're like, yeah, that guy cheated on his wife, and like they say that, and they just leave it like it's nothing. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're just gonna leave me up there high and dry?
2 seasons where this guy is a big role, and like being like, yes, important, and you're like, yeah, he's kind of a sly dog on the underside, and he's kind of an asshole. No, you will not do this to me.
You will not.
I was so angry, but then I watched the season that season, and I was like, this shit's fucking fire. And now I'm on the following season.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of just, I get to a point where they try to make something new or a spin-off of it, and I'm just like, I could not give a shit less. So, for example, Legend of Korra.
I have not watched it. My brother watched some of it.
It makes zero sense.
Whenever I heard whenever I heard they were like, yeah, Aang's not that good of a dad, I'm out.
Take that name out your fucking
I'm
mouth.
out. Aang is one of the purest motherfuckers on this planet. If you ever disgrace his name.
Disgrace his name. Not only that, the thing that bothered me the most is that they tried to make it to where anyone could bend. Anyone.
Well, anyone could take away bending.
No. Like, anyone could bend. Starting off. Anyone could bend. Not only just one element, but two elements.
Okay, no.
That makes no sense at all.
Like, I can understand one of the, like, I think they call it, like, tertiary or something. Like, in the, like, I don't know, like, in the lore, but, like, how people described it. Like, I can understand earth bending and metal bending.
Well, because it's that's metal
Or earth
is earth.
Or earth bending or magma bending, because that's molten
It's
rock.
earth,
Or
yeah.
fire bending and lava bending.
Yeah.
But if you try to come at me and say that, like, any ordinary motherfucker
Can just bend.
can, like, fire bend and water bend, which if it's somebody bending two elements, it'd probably be like fire and air. I can understand that quicker than I can fire and water, because air is the weakness to fire, and fire is air is the weakness to fire, and no, air is not the weakness to fire. Air is the weakness to earth. Air and fire kind of like go together. You know what I mean? Because you have to have air to have fire.
Yeah.
I can understand that. And I can understand, like, water and earth. Because, like, there is, like, except in a desert, like, except in sand, there is earth, water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, here's the thing, though. It doesn't make any sense to that being in this realm of Legend of Korra. Because she's not, like, the 5th or 6th or even the 60th airbender or avatar. She is from a lineage of hundreds of avatars.
yeah.
And they're just now being able to multi-bend?
Yeah,
now?
no. Like, the Avatar originally was supposed to be the only one who could bend all 4 elements.
Yeah.
If you're telling me that, like, ordinary people can bend 2 elements, then over time, everybody would be able to bend all 4 elements, which would make for an interesting story, because the good guy and the bad guy would be on evil playing fields. You know what I mean? Like, the thing about all these shows is that the good guy always has some sort of trump card that they can pull over the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about JoJo's, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because, like, even though there may be, like these 2 people, like, it's like, obviously this guy could win. The bad guy ends up pulling out some shit, and they're like, okay, maybe the good guy can't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about, like, I didn't know that this person could do that with their ability, or it's like, I knew this person could do something, like do this thing with their ability, but I didn't expect them to utilize that tool in this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I'm saying, like, Avatar just went downhill after Korra, because you were also talking about taking away people's bending. That was specifically an Avatar thing. It was a spirit realm kind of dealio, being able to disrupt their chi and getting rid of their bending.
Yes.
But then the main antagonist can just take away people's bending. Then again, people having the ability to multi-bend, I wouldn't put it past the ability for someone to be able to take that bending away without being an avatar, since now mastering any of the 4 elements just doesn't make any fucking sense, and it's just a thing that you do on a typical Tuesday afternoon after Sunday school. It was dumb. I didn't like it. I hate that kind of plot shit where this one thing that this guy can do that is special, now everyone can do. Off the bat. Off the rip. You want to learn how to airbend? Cool. You want to learn how to firebend too? Go for it. Plug it. Send it. Full send.
You see, like, that's one of the reasons why, like, okay, so listen, Avatar will always have the specialist place in my heart.
I have it on DVD. I have every single season on DVD.
not only because of the show itself, but a long time ago, when that show was coming out, I remember watching the first episode of that show when I was 6 years old. My brother and I sat together in our living room. My mom and dad were divorced at the time. And we sat in the living room and watched the first episode of that show. That very night, I still remember the dream that I had. Well, I don't remember all of it, but I remember that I was able to waterbend. And that I remember in my dream, oh my God, it's so wild seeing my house in this way. You know what I mean? But like, I remember waterbending some water out of the tap in the sink and hitting our curtains with it. Not curtains, but the blinds. I remember hitting our blinds, the little sound that it made in my dream when I was 6 years old. I'm 22. That was 16 years ago. 16 years ago, I remember the sound that made in my dream. I waterbended after watching that episode in a dream.
I waterbended.
But my brother and I used to lay in the floor sometimes. Nickelodeon's had another channel called Nicktoons, right? And whenever the show was ending, but different times, we would lay down on a Friday night and watch the new episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender in the living room in our little old double wide trailer. I remember getting a couple pillows out of our bed because my brother and I shared a bed for a very long time when I was growing up. We would get our pillows and we would go in the living room and go on the rug and we would put our pillows down and we would watch it on TV, laying down. My brother's 9 years older than me.
That's the shit.
Man. Remember how we were talking about getting emotional drunk earlier?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm feeling right now that we're talking about these memories, dude. These are precious memories to me.
Dude, these are core memories. Dude, I had the exact same memories whenever I was watching Naruto. I was one of those kids that watched the original Naruto on Toonami every single week. I even watched Shippuden until it got canceled on Disney XD. I watched it every single week. I was watching with my brother. I would watch it by myself. I would watch the shit out of it. Me and my family used to watch Ghost Hunters. Like Taps.
Oh my God.
Like the original boys. But core memories for sure. But now, Alex.
What?
I want to ask you something.
Oh, you're going to ask me something important. I better get this drink in my hand.
But I gotta ask you something real important, buddy.
Yeah.
And where does this Paulaner Salvatore beer stand with you?
Let me get one more sip to get that taste in my mouth, to get this taste of the vape out of my mouth. One sip is to get the taste of the vape out. The other taste is to get the drink in my mouth.
Yep.
One.
And two ship. It's definitely not a sip.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. This is a full body beer. I love the flavor. It's not bitter. I don't have a fucking after drinking it. Oh fuck. For a beer. For a beer, which I like darker beers anyway. You and I are going to disagree tonight.
Very much.
I'm going to give this a 5. A 5 for a beer because the taste is phenomenal. It's not overbearing. It is a nice, like, full body without, like, being a full body, like, on top of you, taking you out beer. The strength is amazing. Like, you feel it. There is some left in this 6-pack, and I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. For sure. This is a 5 o'clock beer for me. I understand why they've been in business I understand why they've been in business since 1634. Now, Eric.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
Where does this drink lie on the clock for you? Get you a sip. Make sure it's fresh. I shouldn't have asked that before asking you to review this.
Well, I won't lie to you.
Be straight with me, son.
I'm not sick of it.
Thank God. That's big for a beer.
But
asshole. Anus.
I cannot say that I would drink this by choice.
I understand.
So I would be giving this more of like a 230. There came a point that I was drinking that and my body said, stop it. Get some help.
I understand.
It wasn't an awful beer. It wasn't something that I'm crying over. But it is not, I am not a beer guy, man. I cannot turn it around. That is the redemption arc that will never happen.
I get you.
But I mean, if I was like trapped in a room and my objective was to drink a 6-pack of that, I could do it.
You would be throwing up.
Oh, for sure.
If you drank it like back to back to back to back, but like there'll be a couple hours before I fucking finish those two.
Yeah, I could do it. No problem. But I would hate it the whole time. Alex. What you wearing, boy? What you wearing?
That is an empty bottle. Derek.
Yes.
Let me paint for you not just a portrait. Let me describe something that cannot be conceived with mere pigments on cloth. No, this is not a scene that can be seen with the naked eye. This is something that must be felt. This is something that you need to experience for yourself. Derek, I'm telling you that I'm in a deciduous forest.
Deciduous forest?
Yes. Yes, there's mist. There's mist. There are crunchy leaves on the ground. Yes, it is beautiful. There's a slight cool between my toes. Therefore, you know I'm not wearing socks or shoes. But there's a coolness between my toes. I am on... I am in black dirt. It's very fertile. Yes. It is it's not very sludgy, but like it's kind of comforting. It's kind of mushy. Like it's a little bit between my toes. Yes. I am standing amongst these trees. And immediately I'm seeing that there are a bunch of dead leaves on the ground. But I begin to walk. There's a slight hill, not much of a hill, and I see the ending of the hill that I'm going up. It's kind of a comfortable thing. I just kind of walked down for the sake of discovery, but it wasn't to stray too far. I didn't want to get too far from the beauty. So I begin to walk up this slight hill, and as I walk, I feel these kind of like prickly, tight little branches brushing up against my legs, the legs, and like my skin on my thighs. But nothing against my penis. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm very much at peace in this wilderness. And as I climb this hill, I climb to the top on this black dirt with the mushy dirt between my toes. I start looking around, and I want to peek. I want a peek of a hill, and the wind starts to blow, and I start to feel it upon my navel and my nipples. Yes, this nice cool breeze. It's kind of brisk. I feel the air around me. It's not uncomfortable. It's not an uncomfortable cool, but it is chilly. Like it's wonderful. And I realize that I need to pee. My dick's already out. There's nothing stopping me. But it is at this moment that I realize that I'm standing on this peak amongst these dead trees and looking out amongst this beautiful scenery that's before me. And I see this red, orange, yellow blend together to form this beautiful autumn scheme among the mountains around me. And I feel this chilly breeze, and being in complete ecstasy of the moment, Derek, I'm here to tell you that I am zooted but naked right now. You're good. I'm sorry. I got a little carried away there.
Painted a beautiful picture.
Did I really? Were you able to see it at all?
I could feel you peeing on my leg.
I wasn't peeing yet.
But I could feel it. You had to. I knew that just as you closed out that scripture, you let the reins run.
Which is just wonderful, because you know when you have to pee really bad and you need to pee, and like you're peeing, that relief.
That relief.
Dude, my knuckles are cracking as I'm closing my fist when I say these things. Y'all can't see it because I drank so much beer. I'm doing this right here.
I can feel.
I am at my peak, son. I've been at this point maybe before, but like it's just so special right now because it is the end of this festival.
The Oktoberfest.
It is the end of Oktoberfest, my friends, at the 5 o'clock reboot, and I am zooted but naked. Derek, I don't think you're where I'm at, but Derek, I must ask you, what are you wearing?
So believe it or not, thus drinking these two, well, 1.5, got me to a special zone. Now, clearly, I'm not zoned. But I checked my mail. I received an invitation.
Oh, yes?
A Halloween party.
Halloween?
A Halloween party. They say it is special. Special Halloween party. Dress to impress. I think to myself, there's only one way to truly impress everybody.
Absolutely, that 2-inch thunder thimble, son.
Oh, yeah. So I get dressed and I show up to the party. They open the door and they look in horror. They're all nicely dressed. 3-piece suits, Sunday dresses. I'm wearing a banana hammock. I can feel the eyes gazing upon me. It's a gold-studded, shiny banana hammock. And amidst my fear, I fall to my back, and each particular newt falls to each side of the banana hammock, thus creating the world's most obsolete but yet superior moose knuckle. I am not quite zooted but naked, my friends. I was getting there. Any more of a startle, that banana hammock would have slingshot off of me. But the might of Zeus.
The might of Zeus.
And may have killed somebody at that party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right there, buddy. Man, boy, howdy. I could have been. If I drank as much as you, I probably would have been far gone. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, beer has a different effect on me than usual. But
Well, this is a very strong beer. 7.9%.
yeah, I mean, we drank those 8%, those natty daddies, and those schlunked us.
Well, dude, what? Like Arbor Mist is 6%.
That thing got us pretty.
We drank
whiskey.
more than half a bottle of Arbor Mist.
Yes.
Well, I did. Now, y'all, I'm here to tell you that this has been an episode of the 5 O'clock Reboot. And y'all, we thank you so much for listening. Y'all on the TikTok, we thank you for being here for 100% for real. And guys, gals, non-binary pals, we want you to know that if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, or if you're not following our friend on TikTok, or if you're not following us on Spotify and you found this and you're like, this was pretty fun. If you're not following us right now, then follow us. Good Lord, subscribe to us. What are we going to do? Bite you? No.
Maybe.
We want you to be part of the family. Join us. Join us as we take this weekly adventure that we're going on. Become part of the family. My friends, join the Discord. It is... Holy shit. Join the Discord. There is a link in the description. Y'all follow the gaming channel. All right, we will be uploading more. I promise. We have to play this week.
We have to play this week.
You have to come over and teach me some shit. But we are going to upload some more stuff on the gaming channel that it is going to get very interesting. Y'all, we appreciate every single one of you who has hung in with us thus far. Y'all, like I said, follow all the shit that that I just told you.
We've got some big things planned.
We do have very big things planned. Y'all, stick in with us. Hang in with us. We are going to have some fun together. Send us some suggestions in the Discord. Send us talking points and shit. We will talk about it. Send us drinks. We will hit up the drinks in the Discord. Now, my friends, with all of that, I do believe, like I said, be sure to like the video, subscribe, be sure to comment if there's anything that we missed or we were wrong about, or anything you want to just add in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Now, my friends, we want to thank you so much for being here, and y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all want to join us, then we will certainly see you in the next one. All right? But until then...